Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today I'm playing some Jeskai Artifacts in Standard Best of 1. This is an old powerhouse, a deck that terrorized the meta just a few months ago, but has seemingly disappeared from the ladder. I never run into this one, so I want to find out if it can still help people climb into Mythic and if it still holds the power that it once had. Before I talk ever so briefly about the deck, of course, I have to ask for your support. Please sub up if you haven't done so already, and let me know down in the comments what you think about Jeskai Artifacts, whether or not it is still a strong deck. And of course, like the video. That's a nice, simple thing that you can do to really help me out. So what is this deck doing? Well, we want to win with the SImulacrum Synthesizer, of course. This is the main lifeblood of the deck. We put this down every 3 mana value 3 or greater artifact that enters is going to create a construct. These constructs are going to get big based on the number of artifacts that we control, and we're going to slam in. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it by this point. It is a very powerful card. It is the soul of this deck. Everything else is either removal or basically enabling the SImulacrum Synthesizer. We have a ton of removal. Spring-loaded Saw Blades, Perilous Snare, and Pinnacle Starcage should all help keep the board nice and clear. We have cards that are going to ramp us, not ramp us, but help find our mana, Clay-Fired Bricks, and then a little bit of card draw in the Cryogen Relic. Then we have cards like United Battlefront that let us dig 7 deep in our deck and hopefully find the cards that we want to find on the top of our deck. And probably the most powerful card, the card that actually does enable most of this deck, is the Repurposing Bay. This thing lets us sacrifice our useless artifacts, the 1 and 2 CMC ones, and go and find more useful ones later on. The interesting card to note in this deck is the Soul Guide Lantern. I did look up some of these decks before starting this video, and a lot of them are playing Authority of the Consuls. They want to, I guess, stop aggro decks. I guess that's the idea, but I don't see too many people playing artifact deck or aggro decks these days in Standard Best of 1. I see more graveyard stuff, so I have switched those out for some gold Soul Guide Lanterns. I think this is going to be a more powerful card in my matches most of the time. So that's basically the deck. We're going to hop into the arena and see how it performs and hopefully take down a couple of wins. See you over there. Okay, game number 1 against Black Blood. Feels a little bit weird to be playing best of 1. I have been playing so much best of 3. And, well, here we are. Opening hand. No blue mana. Do you keep it? We have the Pinnacle Starcage. We can go get a little bit more mana with the Clay-Fired Bricks. I'm gonna take the risk, because if we draw just 1 blue source with the Repurposing Bay, this hand just completely unlocks. We are against, hey, look at that. Never, ever punished. God Gamer. Mud Button Curse Tosser. What a name. We are against goblins. I was going to say gremlins. They kind of look like gremlins. Yeah. I think this Pinnacle Starcage is about to get a ton of value against this opponent. I'm going to put out the Clay-Fired Bricks just to get the deck a little bit thinner so we're not drawing so many lands. I could have put out the Adagia there, but I think we're in such good shape against this matchup. The opponent missed a land. It's going to be real rough. Desperate Measures, a card named so ever appropriately. They get to put -1 on their creature. It dies. They did not find... They did not find a land in all those draws. I think Black Blood has run into the worst variants, and that's how we're starting off the video, reminding everybody that the game, although does have a big element of luck or skill, it has a bigger element of luck a lot of the time. It's a real shame that we didn't get to see the last opponent do the thing, because I'm so interested in goblins. It's such a cool deck, and maybe we could have seen some cool stuff coming out of the goblin camp over there. Opening hand for game number 2 looks absolutely fantastic. We have a nice curve of a 1, 2, 3, and then on 3 we have the choice of either wiping or establishing the Repurposing Bay for future shenanigans. I mean, the Repurposing Bay, if you're playing against this deck and you have the option to kill something, if you're not killing a... Okay. If you are not killing a SImulacrum Synthesizer, I think a Repurposing Bay is the next best choice. This Soul Guide Lantern in this matchup probably not going to get a whole lot of value, but it is something that maybe we can sack to the Repurposing Bay eventually, or we could just sack it to draw a card. We are, of course, against skeletons, so this Pinnacle Starcage is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting in this matchup for us. Okay. So, starting town to the field, this is our blue source. Now we have the choice of spring-loaded saw blades or the cryogen relic, and I think I'm going to hold up the saw blades, because if they put down the 3 CMC enchantment, it's going to be bad news for us. We're going to be taking so much damage, so I need to mitigate a little bit of that with the saw blades. Instead, they just have the optimistic scavenger and a second case. So I could, of course, use the saw blades to take out one of these creatures, or I just take 5 damage. And you know what? I think I want this on the field anyways. So yeah, let's hit the 3-2. Eventually, you know what? No. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I forgot what the Pinnacle Starcage does. Ooh, that's a good draw. So we have options. I think it's probably just do this. It removes, of course, our things as well, which is something I didn't consider when I threw in the Soul Guide Lantern. The Pinnacle Starcage, there's the Corpse of the Lost, of course. Pinnacle Starcage eating up our own artifact can be a bit of a problem. Okay, we are taking damage, but now that we have the SImulacrum Synthesizer, I mean, things are just kind of good for us. We'll throw away the Perilous Snare. I don't think I need it. We'll keep another Synthesizer on the top of the library, and based on what they do next turn, we might end up Starcaging just to keep the board nice and clear. Although, I mean, we're going to be getting hit. However, I am going to be able to start building quite a wall. They return it to hand. Okay. The thing about this is they don't have enough mana to really do too much. And now we have a blocker. The Pinnacle Starcage is kind of good, but you know what? I can just go fetch it if I need it. So I'm going to put it on the bottom of the library. Keep the land on top, so next turn we can go out, Repurposing Bay, create 2 more constructs, and then also put out the Cryogen Relic on the following turn. Do something big. Yeah, this is great for them. I mean, we do have to be careful. But I still think we're probably in pretty good shape here. Cryogen Relic to the field. To be perfectly honest, we could die very, very easily, which makes me wonder, should I just Pinnacle Starcage here? I'm going to. Oh, I think I just killed myself. I actually do think I just killed myself because they... No, what am I saying? We get 2, 3, 6 6s. I think they have another Corpse of the Lost in their hand. They did get something with the Case of the Stashed Skeleton. It's either a United Battlefront of their own or a Corpse of the Lost. In which case, they could have had like a 4-power attacker. But I was thinking that my Pinnacle Starcage was going to eat my constructs, but they come in after. So that's great news. And they hit 2 nowhere to runs. I think this is over. Even though I fumbled my way through this one, this is just the raw power of this deck. It's absolutely insane. We now get rid of our Pinnacle Starcage. We go and get the Fire Crystal. We also draw a card. And we are going to be attacking with 5. What would they be power-wise? 11 11s, I think. Just so much raw power. So we did take a little bit of damage, but it worked out. Oh, I got to get a little bit tighter with this deck. It's been so long since I played the Jeskai Artifacts deck that I feel like I'm a little bit rusty. Hey. Whoa. We do need the 3rd land, but we do get to put down the Enigma Jewel. Also a card that is quite vulnerable to our own Pinnacle Starcage if we have to deploy it at some point. Oh, I like that. Okay, well, we did find our land. However, the opponent is on a pretty fast deck, I think. The Otter's deck can put out a tremendous amount of damage, and they also have quite a bit of evasion. Possibly, like the elusive Otter can't be blocked by creatures with higher power than it, I think is what it is. No, creatures with power less than this creature can't block it. Okay, the other way around. And then they also have maybe Enter the Enigma, a card that could allow them to sneak in a little bit of damage when the opportunity is ripe. We are going to Soul Guide Lantern, and I suppose, yeah, I mean, this is nice and easy for us. We will put the Simulacrum on the field. Next turn with the Repurposing Bay, I am going to keep the Flood Farm Verge. I don't want to keep doing damage to myself with the starting town. With the Enigma Jewel on the field, with the Repurposing Bay coming down, we can actually use this to sacrifice the Enigma Jewel and go and get something of 2 CMC value, maybe a Clayfire Bricks to help us gain a little bit of life, maybe a Saw Blade that can destroy something. Look at that. This is called being punished for how well we've been running. That is an interesting card from the opponent. Okie dokie. So now we have a choice to make. We either go out with a Repurposing Bay or we go out with a Simulacrum Synthesizer number 2. I'm not too afraid of the damage that they're doing to us currently. They did miss some land drops, so I think this is fine. We keep the United Battlefront on top. So next turn we draw, yeah. Okay, next turn what we do, Clayfire Bricks, we go and get a plains. We then can put out the Repurposing Bay. We can then crack the Repurposing Bay with the mana from the Enigma Jewel and do a bunch of stuff. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. As long as we don't die here, we'll be fine. We might die here. Again, Heritage Reclamation. Just a little bit of a reminder that this was in the board, main board. Best of 1. What a place. Maybe artifacts are making a comeback and people are actually worried. What? Opponent, that was extraordinarily timely. What are you talking about? Untimely? Couldn't have been better. Unbelievable running from the opponent. Anyways, we're going through with the plan that we had originally concocted. 2 mana, I didn't need to do it that way, but it's fine. And we are going to desperately go and grab our Pinnacle Starcage so that we can clear these 2 pesky otters off of the field and stop getting smacked by the opponent. Then on the following turn, we have a lot of options. One more time, we can go Cryogen Relic and then crack the Repurposing Bay. Wow, that's a good draw. Or we could just United Battlefront. Although I don't have a lot of good hits with the United Battlefront anymore. So I think Cryogen Relic, draw a card, and guarantee that I go and get my 4th Simulacrum Synthesizer. Yeah. Hey, Clayfire Bricks I think is okay. So we now no longer have any more synthesizers in the deck. We want to leave Perilous Snare on the top, draw a Repurposing Bay. Sure. I think that's okay. Oh, so do I want to put out the Clayfire Bricks and then shuffle away these 2 cards? You know what? We're good. We're good. I'd rather try to do a United Battlefront next turn. Okay. Valley Floodcaller. We're down to 8. Potentially more. What does this card even do? Okay. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. Opponent, I appreciate everything that you just did in this game. That was cinema. That was, again, just a quick little reminder. Heritage Reclamation, untimely malfunction, I'm malfunctioning, and then the Valley Floodcaller for exact lethal. Should have put out the Clayfire Bricks, I guess. I felt like I was not allowed to win that last game. No matter what, the Magic gods were looking down on me, and they're like shaking their heads, like, boy, 0% chance you can win that. Okay, we are against Azorius Control now, and we do not have any white mana, so we're definitely gonna try to find a plains. That being said, we do have the Simulacrums to come out next turn. Oh, we're in the mirror. We get to go first. We are in good shape. Who needs white mana? We are playing mono blue. Whatever. I don't know. Are people so ornery on the ladder? They just... I think that's the right word. Sure. Next one. In a way, I'm kind of glad that that last game didn't play out. I'm not sure how it would have ended up going, but going first against the mirror, you know, it's such a huge advantage for us. All right, we have our Soul Guide Lantern. It hasn't done anything for us yet. Maybe this is going to be the game where it shows its tech power, I suppose. We'll see. It's really in here mostly for Kavaro. And I honestly haven't seen a Kavaro deck in a long time. We're against a High Noon Gamer. What does High Noon mean? I'm pretty sure High Noon doesn't mean... Certainly it doesn't mean that they're playing a graveyard strategy. So I think probably it's okay for me to use the Soul Guide Lantern, crack it, draw a card. And now we have to play into their counter magic, I suppose. Do I really want to lose a Repurposing Bay right now? You know what? I think I'm better off going out with the Clayfire Bricks. Certainly they're sitting on Saw It Coming. I keep saying Saw It Coming. Saw It Coming isn't in the format. I was talking about this with a friend. I was so traumatized from Kaldheim control decks that Saw It Coming is now implanted in my head. It is not, in fact, Saw It Coming. It is No More Lies. I keep switching those cards around. Instead, though, they had the Aang, and the Aang has said, no, no, my friend. So we have the opening. I guess we go United Battlefront. I really like Swift Savior plus High Noon. That is really obnoxious, right? Says the guy who... Those two cards are really good for us. Now, we can only play one of them next turn. I think also I have the Clayfire Bricks that I kind of want to put out next turn. So let's grab the Cryogen Relic. We're going to keep that on the top. And what I'm going to do next turn is draw the Cryogen Relic. I think I'm going to put the Clayfire Bricks on the field. And then I'm going to crack the Clayfire Bricks to go get a Plains. And then we need to start building up a board of constructs. I also need to get rid of this pesky Enduring Innocence. The Enduring Innocence is going to be a massive problem for me. If they counter this, it's actually very bad for us. Okay. I think we lose. I think we ran into, again, like somebody, we could have put out the Perilous Snare. Of course, it was definitely better to put out for us the Clayfire Bricks. We needed to get the 5th mana. But boy, oh boy, I think we are donezo. The opponent, very good tempo play against us. The High Noon really slowing us down. We couldn't get the Cryogen Relic on the field after the counterspell, and they dome us with a High Noon. This is some weird gameplay we're seeing today, but I guess that's the way it's going to go on the best of one ladder. Everything is just a coin flip. I had the thought that I wanted to say that I hope I can get a nice back and forth game of Magic in one of these matches, but I think the Artifacts deck doesn't lend itself well to that kind of situation. You kind of either blow your opponent out or, you know, in so many matches, you have such a good lead. You have the Starcage that comes down and absolutely destroys your opponent's plans. Or you run into weird stuff like Untimely Malfunction and Reclamation Heritage, and your opponent has the upper hand on you in that case. Or what's going to end up maybe happening here is we could possibly get hit by a very, very powerful Hemiosymbic Might, and we could just die on the next turn. So, like, yeah, it's best of one, man. Best of one is such a weird format. Everything is Speed Racer, and everybody's just doing insane stuff as quickly as they possibly can. A very quick turn 3 or Boride on the play with the Hemiosymbic Might. I think we're toast, right? Yeah, it's a good draw, but really, what am I doing here? I need to stay alive for one more turn, and unfortunately, I can't. You know what? I'm going to put out the Simulacrum Synthesizer. I need so much help. I do not need that. Is it okay to draw the Simulacrum Synthesizer or hit the Synthesizer off the United Battlefront? So if I draw the plains next turn, the synthesizer sits on the top of the deck, and then I use the United Battlefront, and I can guarantee get at least one good hit. I kind of need, I mean, I think I might just be dead here, but I need a snare, perilous snare for the Ouroboride, and I think it's just too late. We went second. They had the ramp. We didn't have anything to do about it, and there's the second Ouroboride. So we can make a nice, we can make a board of synthesizers, or not synthesizers, of constructs. We're not dead here. Oh, we're dead. We're so dead. What am I saying? Of course, Ouroboride does that. Man, y'all like best of one? I've been playing so much best of 3, and I kind of forgot. I started liking standard for a little while, but I figured, you know what? I have to make a best of 1 video because the channel has a lot of people that like best of 1, but I genuinely feel like I'm just showcasing the worst of Magic when I play best of 1. Honestly, getting up to, I haven't been able to stay alive to get up to a United Battlefront. Either the opponent doesn't stay in the game so that we can cast it out, or it sits in the hand and it dies with me on turn 3. It's yeah, I want it to be good, but it's just not really working out that way, is it? The opponent, Llanowar Elves, start again, and see, we're sitting here again once again without removal for the stuff the opponent is doing. Of course, we can get out this United Battlefront this time around. Probably will be able to survive to turn 4, but the United Battlefront needs to be kind of perfect. There, a Golgari deck, okay. So Badger Mole Cub, everyone loves it. Let's see what their follow-up is. Maybe we get a blowout here. Again, we have to stay alive. Oh my gosh, it's such a good card. They take the United Battlefront here. And now I wonder, do I go Clayfired? I still go Clayfired Bricks, I think. Ooh. Nope, plans have changed. Hello, Repurposing Bay. Hello, Save the Day card. As long as they don't have an Ouroboride. Why do I say those things, right? As long as they don't have an Ouroboride, we should be okay. Even if they do have an Ouroboride, we might be okay. Mutable Explorer's fine. Although it is a card that's going to stay on the field. So we are using our entire turn. I can put out the Clayfire Bricks. Do I want to put it out, though? So I put this out. I go and get a Plains. It gets eaten. I think it's fine. Yeah, let's do this. I don't think any disastrous things can happen. So we grab this. I feel like the opponent has a plan. Something feels off here. Do they have a way of destroying the Pinnacle Starcage? Let's see. We've seen Heritage Reclamation. We've seen untimely malfunction. We've seen some nonsense. It's still possible. Anyways, by putting out the Clayfired Bricks there, we did get up to 4 mana, so I can play out this United Battlefront if I so choose to. And they have 2 cards in hand, 5 mana. They can load up their Mutavault. They have this sitting here for an extra 2 points of damage. If they do that, I'm super fine with it. Okay, Badger Mole Cub. So then, I mean, we can do the lame thing, and we can put out another Pinnacle Starcage. Cryogen Relic. Yeah, maybe. It doesn't stop that much damage. I think I actually just need to get the United. Yeah, let's YOLO. It's fine. Not great. Not great. What do we hit? Mutable Explorer? Okay. Bing. We do heal for 2. That's okay. And we do get the Plains in hand. The Plains in hand is good. So next turn we can, I mean, we didn't need it in hand, I suppose. We can go out Simulacrum and then go find another Simulacrum, build the wall, and we should be able to stabilize in this game. They also don't seem like they're really doing too much over there. Okay, Synthesizer to the field. We get a Scry off of this. What do we see on the top of our deck? It doesn't matter. I should have done it the other way around. I'm a bad player. So I 100% should have used Repurposing Bay to sacrifice one of these 2 artifacts. And then I should have played out this Simulacrum on top of the other Simulacrum that I would have fetched with the Repurposing Bay, and that would have allowed me to keep one of these cards on the top of the library. They're both going to get shuffled away, so it doesn't really matter what I do right now. Doesn't matter which one I get rid of, I don't think. But we are making big boys. We're still at 11 life, so we should... I mean, we're not going to die anytime soon. And then on the following turn, we throw down a Repurposing Bay, and we can just make so many Simulacrums, or constructs, with the Simulacrum. Okie dokie. Well, at least this second one that's entering is going to allow us to scry again. So it wasn't all for nothing. The opponent timing out on us as well. That's such a shame. Okay. Enigma Jewel, not great. Perilous Snare, we keep it. If they end up finding a Craterhoof Behemoth off the top of the library, then we can, of course, use the Perilous Snare to... Not Craterhoof Behemoth, Ouroboride off the top of the library. We can use the Perilous Snare to get rid of the Ouroboride. If they find a Craterhoof, that'd be fantastic, right? They only have 2, 4, 6, 7 mana. I guess they could find Craterhoof plus land. Could be kind of interesting, right? Okay, opponent kind of roping out, but they seem to be there. They're highlighting their cards, so they are alive. Unholy Annex, things you don't expect to see coming out of the opponent's camp when they're playing Golgari Badger Molcub. I guess that's kind of cool. They load up the Mutavault. They don't have... Oh, they do have the mana to load up the Mutavault. They could. They should. Nope, they just take 2 damage instead. Interesting choice from the opponent. Well... Hang on. Can I kill them this turn? I don't think I can kill them with the Fire Crystal. No, I don't have enough damage to do that. So we'll just load up the board with a ton of constructs. Hey, at least we're getting kind of a back and forth here. That's what I wanted, right? And interesting thing, when I get this Simulacrum, I'm going to be able to scry, and if I can scry a land to the top, what I can do is I can actually play out the Cryogen Relic before I put out the Repurposing Bay. Okie dokie. We go and grab one more Synthesizer. It's so fun. We make a couple of 8/8s. Okay, opponent, come on now. Why? So the opponent's there, and it definitely feels like it's a... Ooh, put you on the bottom. It kind of feels like it's very purposeful what they're doing right now. They are not just like Alt F forward or walk. They didn't walk away from the computer. They're literally letting everything kind of tick down a little bit. So they're probably sitting there watching something on their second monitor, having a good old time, thinking that they hate this game because it's running into Simulacrum nonsense. Boom. Repurposing Bay. So next turn, certainly we can do whatever we want. I don't think there was a win here with this amount of blockers on the field. If I went and got the Fire Crystal. Maybe actually. It's possible instead of using the Repurposing Bay to grab the Simulacrum, maybe I could have done that. However, I wouldn't have been able to know that I would have had an island on the top and I didn't have a scry. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it would have played out a little bit differently. We did have the Perilous Snare, though. Maybe we could have Perilous Snared and then use the Repurposing Bay to grab the Fire Crystal. Maybe there was a line there. Okie dokie. Well, opponent, I am not sorry, I suppose. They drain us. We BM them ever so slightly. We're going to throw out the Perilous Snare. We're going to take the 6/6 Demon, and then we'll crack the Perilous Snare and go and get a Fire Crystal with that. I'm not sure if I'm saying it properly. Should I be saying, what am I cracking? I should just be saying use the Repurposing Bay to go get something, but I kind of like using the term crack. Crack open a fetch. Crack this land. It kind of feels like that's what I'm doing. I'm smashing open these artifacts and going and getting better goodies. We're actually going to be able to put out the Cryogen Relic to make these constructs ever so slightly bigger. They might get up to 2020s. They're going to be over 20. How big are they going to be? We're going to get +4 here. And then we're going to get another +3, 7. And then if I put out the Cryogen Relic, they might go up to like 24s, if I'm mathing correctly. Fire Crystal. Boom, boom, boom. No, it was 20. Oh, yeah, it is 24. I am smart. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm stupid. Because, because of course, the Cryogen Relic doesn't make 3 more constructs. So we're just going to have to settle for 21 damage, 21 damage constructs. This is what you want to see from this deck. You want to see... Okay. That's a lot of damage. Hey, we broke 2. Oh, didn't get 250. We didn't get there. I'm sorry. Hey, we're back up to Diamond 1. What a wonderful seesaw this is. We got more time. Let's keep playing. I really like the look of that last opponent's deck. If they weren't roping down so much, I think I would have liked them a little bit more. We don't have blue mana and we can't go get it, but I think this is still a fine keep because we can go into a turn 4 United Battlefront. We have some options with removal this time around, so if we do get hit by a little bit more removal, if we do get hit with an Ouroborite or some nasty green creatures like we've been getting hit by, then we can at least do that. And now the Pinnacle Starcage is going to be really great. However, we are against a black opponent, so probably a different plan. Oh, hello. Hello. Well, sir. I suppose this is okay. I guess we will use the spring-loaded saw blade. Hey, now you know what? I'm looking at Perilous Snare here, and I'm kind of thinking now, why isn't this Aang's Iceberg? Isn't Aang's Iceberg... Is it an artifact? We're going to be a little bit safe here. I know it's cowardly, but we are going to snip away the Unstoppable Slasher because if they end up putting a Bloodletter of Aclazotz, I am trying to be better about remembering names because I took a little bit of criticism from a dear friend saying, I don't know how you don't remember any of these names. I don't even play Standard and I remember all these names. It did hurt. It hurt deeply, but I'm doing better and I'm trying to remember them. I haven't forgotten the name Perilous Snare once this video, a card that I have never been able to remember. The opponent, nothing? Are they going... Okie dokie. So, United Battlefront to the board. Let's hit big. Double Simulacrum. Here we go, baby. Game's going to be easy. It may as well be double Simulacrum. We get the Repurposing Bay. Arguably better than double Synthesizer, I think, here. Because now we have a wonderful Repurposing Bay that can sack both of these things. Oh no, my construct. It's so satisfying when your opponents are using cards on your constructs. Like, okay, sure. We'll leave the Cryogen Relic on top so that we can put it out and then draw land next turn as well. And we'll be in pretty good shape. We'll have 6 mana available to us, which I guess that's a little bit awkward. We'll see what they end up doing here. Loading up the Soulstone Sanctuary is oof. Opponent. Big oomph. So is it just better? It's just better to do this, right? Clayfire Brick. Yeah, sack it. We'll just go get a Synthesizer. Yeah, this is kind of insane. It guarantees the hit on the Repurposing Bay. Cool. And then we'll put out... I could just use the Pinnacle Starcage. But let's do this. Yeah, okay, fine. Perilous Snare. They're so desperate. I'm just thinking... I don't know why I'm mulling it over. Oh, I can't hit it. Right, because it's a land. This says non-land, right? I can use my Repurposing Bay to clear the way any which way I want next turn. I'm not so concerned about things. Hey, Gatekeeper Malakir is super cool. It makes us sacrifice one of the constructs. It's not good enough, but it's a very cool thing. So what we do here, it's dirty. You want to see something cool? Pinnacle Starcage. Boom, 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 boom. And this is why this deck is silly. Wipe the board, surprise 40 damage out of nowhere. Love it. I'm actually genuinely enjoying this. When you're not running into untimely malfunctions, actually kind of fun. I think I got a couple more. Okay. Try to make a little bit more progress up Diamond 1. We've been going first lot. Okay, so this hand, I believe we're going to draw a 2 CMC artifact off the top of our library. We're against dragons. We are against the nightmare. Unironically, the nightmare. So if they have the Conqueror, we actually... It's not the biggest problem because the Conqueror doesn't shut off our artifacts, at least the ETBs. The Doorkeeper Thrall does, but... Ooh, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. Okay, from here we go Simulacrum. We fix the top of our library. So I think we do this. We draw this, and then we can force the Repurposing Bay onto the field, and then with the Clayfire bricks, we can use that later. You know what? The Fire Crystal, not so bad in hand when you're sitting here with 2 or 3 starting towns, I suppose. Opponent might be able to blow up one of our lands here, though, if they have the nest. There's the Magmatic Halkite. Oh, no, it actually ruins our plans completely. So we are now in a weirder spot, and we are taking 5 damage. But we do get to go and get an island. It's tapped. Okay. And their creatures are flying. So is it now? I mean, there's only one option. It's the Perilous Snare. We take the Magmatic Halkite. They have this coming down, though. Dragon Hawk. We might actually be in a whole lot of trouble. They can play it out this turn because Momo's giving a discount of 1. They have the treasure sitting there. Clarion Conqueror not showing its face yet. They take 2 damage. Why do they take 2 damage? They want to keep around the... They want to keep the artifact around. They didn't need to do that. I think if I'm the opponent, I am happily... Are we dead? We're down to 3. Yikes. Okay. So I could put out the Fire Crystal. It makes... I have 2 5/5s. It's not good enough. So this United Battlefront needs to keep me alive, and they need to not hit anything. Okay. We die. We actually die here. Unfortunate. We didn't find a single piece of removal. We needed, Saw Blades. We needed the Perilous Snare. We needed both of those cards. We can attack in for 8. They're not going to block. You just take this 8 all day. And the opponent, GG. I haven't said GG yet. Not too annoyed. There it is. Losing against the Dragon's deck, because I think the Dragon's deck is super sweet. We were just in a bad spot. Definitely needed the United Battlefront to hit both of these creatures if we had any hope of staying alive. And even then, it's possible that the Momo may have been able to kill us. We would have been at 3. They could have gotten it up to 3 damage pretty easily. Right, one more. Okay, this is going to be game number 10. Currently, we are 5-4, if my calculations are correct over there. Okay, I think I can't keep this one. I don't want to keep a hand with a Fire Crystal, especially with no starting towns. And we're stuck at 2 mana. We don't have any way of getting that. We have good removal, but I think I have to finally mulligan a hand. And this just looks so much better. We're going to go turn 2 Cryogen, turn 3 Simulacrum, and into the United Battlefront. That's the plan. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This game is in the bag already. I can feel it in my bone. Oh no, we're against the Otters again. Did I beat the Otters? I can't remember. The Meticulous Archive, first time it's shown up, I don't really want that. Ooh, what I do want though is a Pinnacle Starcage. I think I did beat the Otters deck. Everything's such a blur. Some of the games, we've had some good games, I think, some good ones, but most of them have just been like weird blowouts, right? One way or the other. The Otters deck stuck on one land. You know what? We're going to put out the Simulacrum. And then we're going to hope they put out maybe another. Do I want the Cryogen Relic? So we definitely want to keep the island, I think, because then we can decide if we want to gamble next turn with the United Battlefront or not. Sure, I don't know. We'll see. I have a feeling I'm just going to wipe the board next turn. Especially if they don't put down a land here. And if they end up putting like another Storm Chaser's Talon onto the field, like, why not? Just clean up the board. And then that gives me an opening to put the Meticulous Archive onto the field. The opponent looks like Tadano. Oh, Tadano with the big play, actually setting me back quite a bit. And I'm down to 12. All right, you put me in a spot. Let's just wipe the board. Let's just clean things up. I don't want to take any more damage. I feel like I've taken way too much. We draw a card with the Cryogen Relic that disappears. And Spring-Loaded Bricks is not the worst card to draw here. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I feel like this could come in handy later on if we get like a nasty evasive otter coming in at our face. I know it's called elusive otter. It's evasive. That's why I said it. I'm remembering the names correctly. I'm smart. I think we go ever so slightly slowly. Ooh, you. Go away. And now I have the choice of Cryogen or Spring-Loaded Saw Blades. I think I'm going to play with my food a little bit, and I'm going to dash the opponent's hopes. Oh, they draw the starting town, the mid-game starting town. It hurts so much. Oh, into the Flood Maw opponent. Stop it. I don't like it. And they gave me a fish. Wait, did they always have to give me a fish? Oh, the last time it was a boomerang. Right. Well, I'm going to smack you with a fish, opponent. Yeah, whatever. It's back, baby. And we hit another one. Yeah, let's do it this way. Actually, it didn't matter because I'm going to put out the Cryogen Relic to draw a card, which is going to be the Plains. Let's hold the Soul Guide Lantern. I don't think I need to run it out too quickly. And next turn, we can actually go Simulacrum into United Battlefront. They have the Thunder Trap Trainer. They're going to stop bouncing my Simulacrums. Would you cut it out? Oh, no. Okay, I thought this was going to get them... When this creature enters, looks at top 4 cards of your library. I thought this returned something from the graveyard. So I thought they were going to go and get their Into the Flood Maw boomerang more appropriately. They're catching up on mana, though, here. They do find this here. Nasty business. And we don't want that. And I think I don't want that either. And here we go. Boom, boom. This, oh, these are ugly. It doesn't hit anything. So is it just better to put out the Soul Guide Lantern? Ew. Gross. And yeah, let's get rid of the boomerang, I suppose. It's a lesson. There's our Pinnacle Starcage. Sure. Can't smack them with the fish. Did I miss the opportunity to smack them with the fish? No, they put out the trainer the turn that they bounced my thing. This opponent is just being annoying. Stop it. I kind of feel like I could die at honestly any moment. Oh no, I did lose to the Otters because the opponent had the perfect like wild ride and destroyed me. Like absolutely dunked on me, right? Prowess Monks. Interesting. Cheeky. How dare you? How dare you, opponent, think you can attack me through a fish? All right. Are they going to bounce it with the splash portal again? Okay, okay. I like this. Hey, opponent's got a cool deck going on here. They're playing Rally the Monastery, an awesome card. I mean, the art on it's super sweet. And they're bouncing their Thunder Trap Trainer up and down, getting more cards into their hand, using the Spring Leaf Drum to muster up a bunch of mana. Man, this card is cool too. Very, very neat. But what are they going to do when they get hit by this Pinnacle Starcage? Especially when they're putting out these Springleaf Drums, triggering the prowess on... Oh, I'm so sorry, opponent. Kinda. Not really. Not at all. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this tremendously. Oh, just the perfect draw? Yep. Okay, we get to draw a couple of cards. We get to wipe the board. We get to put a couple of constructs onto the field. No big deal. NBD. May as well throw down another repurposing bay. Easy. Easy. Soul Guide Lantern. There's no way we're going to get board wiped, right? They wouldn't... An opponent playing this deck surely wouldn't be playing Ultima, right? Okay. Should not be talking like that and willing it into existence. All right, we end with a very fun win there. Playing with the fish a little bit. Are you happy, Karn? I'm pretty happy. All right, a fun little set of 10 games. We got to see a whole bunch of stuff. We got to see opponents scooping up early. We got to see opponents popping off on turn 2 with a massive Ouroboride, absolutely pummeling my face. We got to see the long drawn-out games where we just kind of played with the opponent and kept putting out our artifacts. We got to see the massive swing of 12, 21 power constructs. Lots of fun stuff happening in this video all over the place, and I had a good time. This deck... I've said it before, I believe in previous videos, I like playing this deck. There's something special about it. I know it was the big bad at one point and people were like shaking their fist at it or finger at it, waggling their finger, oh, you're the bad guy. But you know what? I don't think it's the bad guy deck anymore. There are bigger fish in this meta now. And yeah, the deck feels fine. Is Soul Guide Lantern good in this deck? I don't know. I didn't run into a single opponent playing graveyard strategies in 10 games. Imagine that. Where did all the Kavaros go? A little song for you. All right. I believe I've run out of energy and I'm getting into the delirium part of my life. So yeah, that's it. We had fun. I had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about artifacts. It's still artifacts. It is what it is. Absolutely. It is what it is. The banned phrase. Take care for now. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Sarangi ipuna and bye-bye. Ew. Ew. Oh, gross.